All right, welcome back to the Big East Women's Basketball Tournament presented by the Jeep brand here at McGrath-Phillips Arena in Chicago. Our third quarterfinal matchup, number 1 DePaul, a 76-49 winner over number 9 seed Butler. The Bulldogs will finish their season at 10-21. We have head coach Kurt Godlewski here from the Bulldogs. Coach, if you'd like to present an opening statement, then we'll open it up to Q&A for the coach.
Well, we knew coming into this match that we'd have to be able to control the tempo and have to be able to control January and Jenkins, and we knew it was going to be asking an awful lot of our girls. I thought we played extremely hard and did a lot of very good things, but let's face it, they're a program that we have aspirations of being someday, and have a vision of working towards that, and they are very, very good right now and deserve to be where they are ranked in the country. And Coach Bruno does a wonderful job, and they play a very tenacious style, which is very, very difficult to handle.
All right, thank you, Coach. So we'll open it up to Q&A for the coach. And again, if you could first just silence any cell phones or any kind of devices. We appreciate that. And then if you could, for the benefit of our transcribers who are with us remotely, just identify yourself with your name and affiliation. We'll start with Matt.
Coach, Matt Schumacher, Big East Network. You have a very young team, and that's been a theme for you guys all season long, kind of a growth process. But you do have 2 seniors now who won't be with you next year. As you reflect on the season, can you just kind of talk about what those 2, Blair and Bell, have meant to your program and in terms of mentoring the younger girls?
Well, Blair, for starters, like I just told her in the locker room, she's been here with me from day one when I first got the job, and she, has really known who I am and known what I'm about, and knows what we do on a daily basis at Butler, knows how to be a true Butler student athlete. So she has been a tremendous resource for our young ladies. And then the second thing she has been wonderful at is just teaching them, what it takes to go beyond where we are today. She's constantly talking about it. That's just the type of person that she is. She's even talking about it in the locker room with the kids right now that, this is, your expectations have to be a lot higher than what they are. Belle, you could go on and on about Belle as well. She's just a tremendous athlete, tremendous student athlete, and her conversion from volleyball to basketball still to this day just completely amazes me of what she has accomplished from just hopping on a plane and a couple days later getting a double-double. So she's one that kind of quietly leads our girls. She's not a real vocal leader, but she just goes about and prepares herself, and is someone the girls can always look to on how to go about things.
Hi, Coach. Jim Neander from Scout. The last time that these 2 teams played, I think you folks were up 23-22 in the first quarter. Are you able to point to anything particular why you weren't able to keep the game close tonight?
Well, we didn't get stops. It would be the first thing, and then the second thing is, we came in with the game plan, and we had a couple of mishap turnovers there at the start where we got some isolations that we were looking for, and had some turnovers, and you got to make shots against them, and then you got to get stops, because then the pressure starts coming, and that's when things get sped up, and that's when your kids start playing out of really character of what they're normally used to. And so if you don't get those first couple shots like we did the last time, then we knew that we had to get off to a good start.
Matt Paris, the DePaul. Did you notice any difference with DePaul being on their home floor at all? Just the energy they bring?
Well, I think it's an advantage, yes. I think everybody would rather play at home, but that's part of what we have chosen to do with the Big East, and I think it's a great decision. I think the crowd, I think the atmosphere, and the whole experience of the Big East tournament was a real good thing for my girls, I can say. But yeah, if I would rather play them a choice here and or at Hinkle Fieldhouse, I'd choose Hinkle Fieldhouse any day.
Aishwarya Kumar with Excel Sports. Going to games like this, how do you usually train to deal with players like Podkova to make sure that you are at the top of the game?
I think it's a thing where you have to really do a lot of film study, you've got to do a lot of individual study, and you've got to really, I mean, your kids have got to be disciplined, and she's a really disciplined kid. I mean, you saw that where she caught the ball at the top of the key, and she very well could have shot another three, but very smart basketball decision late in the third there where she moved the basketball, and so just a tremendous amount of respect for that, just that whole mindset and that whole discipline part of her game.
Anything further for Coach? All right, Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll see you next year.
Thank you.
You want me to switch this, Coach? You want me to switch it? You're over here.
Thank you.
Okay, for the Blue Demons, we welcome in head coach Doug Bruno, Megan Podko in the middle, Jessica January to your left. Fifth time in the semifinals for DePaul, fourth time since 2011, third straight year, and 7 consecutive wins for DePaul with the 76-49 win over the Bulldogs. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Bruno.
Just having your players understand the necessity of focus at this time of the year is a tribute to the leadership of I'm blessed to coach these players, and we have 2 great senior leaders, and Megan, who's sitting here, and Shanice, and Jessica, and Brooke Schulte as juniors as well. So I think what takes place in the locker room is what really where the focus and energy to come out and play like this is all about, and I just thought we were ready to play. This time of year, you can have all kinds of excuses. Okay, you're not playing in the rhythm. We've been off for 11 days or 8 days and blah, 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 blah. We've been healthy all year, thank God, and this is the first week that we actually like. I'll talk about it now that we've won a game. I wasn't going to talk about it before, but last week we missed 3 players because of sickness. We finally got sick. I mean, I'm not saying that we want to, but everybody in campus here has been sick. Megan didn't practice last week, neither Jackie Grant and Shanice Jenkins. So it was just nice to get through a sick game, if you will. And again, I want to make sure that doesn't come off as any kind of condescending remark towards Butler. Butler's a really, really good basketball team, and Butler is a team that, you know, I just can't talk about Butler without talking about the fact that they beat Arkansas from the Southeastern Conference. It was a really good team, and they beat TCU from the Big 12, and that's how good this league has gotten this year, really, really quickly. And their coaching staff, Coach Kurt and their staff is doing a great job of putting that program together. So after we beat them, the last home game we played in this gym was 3 weeks ago against Butler, and you know, they beat St. John's after that game. We know that they've got winnable games in their arsenal, and just we want to make sure that it wasn't going to be against us tonight. So I was just really proud about our senior leadership and our junior leadership.
Coach, thank you. We'll open it up to Q&A for the student athletes only. First, once again, name and affiliation for our transcribers.
Matt Paris, the DePaul. For either of the players, did you notice a difference playing at McGrath this year compared to Allstate in the last couple of years? What did that guys do for you, that crowd?
Megan, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the energy, I mean, you could tell it was like a tighter gym. We had a really good crowd here, so I thought the energy in the building was a lot of fun to play, and it was a good atmosphere.
Jessica?
Yeah, I would say the same.
Hi, Jim Neander from Scout. Question for either of the players. It didn't seem to me tonight that you folks had any weak spots. From start to finish, you pretty much dominated the game. How is that different from the last time that you played Butler?
Jessica, you want to start?
Yeah, I think for this game we really wanted to focus on getting off to a really quick and efficient start. And I think we did a good job doing that in the beginning, and then we really just tried to maintain our energy throughout the whole game, and that really helped us, even though we didn't shoot very well tonight, offensively and defensively.
Hey, Jessica, Eugene Evans from College Sports Overload. How huge was it for you and Shanice to neutralize Blair, especially after the game she had against Xavier yesterday?
Yeah, just being able to watch her, she played really well yesterday, and we knew that she was a really good player as well as the other players on the team. And Brooke Schulte did a really good job taking her out early in the game and just trying to limit her touches, and I think we did a good job on her.
Aishwarya Kumar with Excel Sports. Jessica, could you talk a little bit about how you complement Podkova's game and the other way around?
Yeah, Paco is a really good player. She's really versatile. She can play inside and outside, and she really is just really beneficial for our team because we can get her easy post-ups, get easy baskets when the guards aren't shooting very well. And I don't know, she's also a really good passer, so even when we get it into her and we cut off of her, she can always get us the ball. Or if we kick it out to her, she's knocking out shots. So it's really nice to play with her.
Anything else for the athletes? Cool. Okay, ladies, thank you very much. You can be excused through the back door there where Bob is. And after we get reset here, we'll take Q&A for Coach. Okay, we'll open it up to questions for Coach. Once again, for our transcribers, please just name an affiliation.
Did Matt Paris, the DePaul, you talked about earlier in the week kind of setting a tone just for the Big East, for potential seeding down the line. How do you guys feel like you came out tonight and set just
Well,
the
first of
tone
all,
with this?
once you get to this time of the year, it's constant one in a row, and that's all it can be is one in a row. Then when you're playing one in a row, I think we're playing for one in a row for two really important reasons. The primary reason is to win the Big East championship. So we're working for one in a row 3 times to win the Big East championship and the automatic bid. But then there's a second one in a row. You never want to presume you're in the NCAA tournament, but I think our resume, specifically with the great non-conference schedule that we've played, and 3 of our 7 losses are against numbers 1, UConn, Notre Dame, and Baylor and Notre Dame being on the road. That's 3 of our 7 losses. I think it's pretty. We got a pretty good shot to be in the tournament. So now, this women's basketball tournament, for years had the top 4 seeds in each region have 2 home games. Then we went back to neutral sites, and now we're back to the first 4 teams in each region are going to host 2 games, and we still think we have an outside chance to host and earn a number 4 seed. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I don't think we have any chance of it happening without having a one in a row 3-time event here in the Big East tournament.
Hi, Jim Nutter from Scout. Coach, you told us after you last played Butler that you can be a very good team and a very average team. What was the key to some of the consistency tonight?
I'm talking about our team, that
Correct.
we can be very good when we're good and we can be very average.
Correct.
I just think it's just consistent focus on the little things. The longer I do this, the more the little things just keep coming back and just hitting you right smack dab in the face. And and I can start giving you a litany of little things that are all basketball stuff, and it's just, it doesn't change. I mean, it doesn't change if you're coaching an 8th grade team, a 7th grade team, a WNBA team, an NBA team. You got to defend, you got to rebound, you got to share, you got to knock down shots. You got to have people that are good teammates. You got to have people that are unselfish. You got to have people that are ultra competitive, and people that work hard. And we have a great group of young women, and that's why I love coaching this team. Is they're just a special group of people, and I'm thrilled about the awards that were earned this week, and those players all have each other's backs. There's no pettiness about anything. Every single one of them is happy for the other. And I'm thrilled that Megan Padgoa here did get the Scholar Athlete Award. I'm thrilled that Shanice did get the Player of the Year Award. The all-conference awards are great, and probably I have a belief that the two people that were sitting right here were probably a little bit more first team to me than second. But, I'll take those coaches' votes where we got them, and I think we got a lot of good coaches' votes this week. So, I'm proud of all that. But I brought that stuff up because it just shows you how the class of these women, that they're not petty about who got what. They care about the team and the team winning. This program's done a lot. We've been to 13 straight tournaments, and this would be 14 if we can do this year. Only 7 schools in the country have done that. If I don't tell you, nobody's going to tell you. So I have to tell you. All right, I have to keep telling you because, but of the teams that we're competing with, UConn, Notre Dame, Stanford, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Duke, we're the only one that hasn't been to the Final Four. We're the only one that has won a national championship. And so I think these players understand that they've tasted Sweet 16, but they also would like to give themselves a shot a little bit more. But we got to stay in the moment. And Jim, your question is about what makes us very good and what makes us very average. What the coach just did can make you very average real fast. What the coach just did, talking about all that's out there, guess what? We won't be focused tomorrow for St. John's. So, I'm talking to you about what's out there, but these players have to talk about nothing. I said St. John's, didn't I? Yeah, I did. All right, that's probably be careful what you wish for, right? Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no kidding. Because both those teams are really, really talented teams, and I guess the reason for wishing for St. John's is probably because they've got the higher record, and we probably want the team with the higher record. So that's probably why the Freudian slip, and there it goes again, out there instead of right back here. All right, so that's really. What's really important is they do a great job of staying in the moment. And when they stay in the moment, we're pretty good. When we get, and that's young people. I mean, and that's why they're a good group.
Coach, you talked, Eugene Evans from College Sports Overload again. You talked about staying in the moment. Towards the end of the first half, Schickel had 3 straight layups, I believe, and you end up calling the timeout somewhere in between, and then they end up recovering towards the end of the half of Pacola's layup, and they ended up going straight through. How huge was that for them to stay in the moment after that stretch?
Well, I mean, it was very obvious what Coach Kurt was doing. He was isolating 2 of our bigger kids against 2 of their big kids, and just clearing out the backside and going down to the low post. And we have a strategy for how we're supposed to be defending that, and we weren't doing it. But at the same time, offensively, I thought we were stagnant at the same time. I thought the ball wasn't moving. It was staying in one spot, and the ball needs to move for us to be good, and the ball wasn't moving. So that's why, the timeout was both defensively and offensively, and I'm glad Megan made the play that she made. It was a nice momentum play going into the half.
Aishwarya Kumar with Excel Sports. So Megan played a really selfless game tonight, and how important do you think her game is going forward into this tournament and beyond?
Well, I think it's important that what makes this team a great team is the fact that they are a team. I get tired whenever I hear people say that the only guy that ever held Michael Jordan to 15 points was Dean Smith. Drives me nuts. Why? Because Michael Jordan had James Worthy and Perkins on the team. So it's okay to average 15 if you got other players that are really, really that good. So how good is Megan Petkoa going forward? It's about Megan. It's about Jessica. It's about Shanice Jenkins, but it's also about people like Brooke Schulte, people like Jackie Grant, people like Marte Grace had a little bounce to her step after she did some delinquent defensive faux pas tonight, all right? But she bounced back on the offensive end. So it's about Ashton Millender. It's about, Lauren Prochaska. It's about the bench. It's about Tanita Allen. Those players, that's what makes the team a really, really good team. Not just we started the season building this program around the 3 pillars of Petkoa, Jenkins, in January. And as the season has grown along, it was actually the first Butler game, the 15th of January, the first Butler game. We were still struggling. We played Butler the 15th. It was a week after we got beat by Nova right here. And, that's when I quit talking about the bench. I said, you know what, the bench is going to be what the bench is going to be, and they're going to emerge. Up until that time, I kept talking about how the bench is going to emerge. I just quit talking about it, and they started getting better. So, and since that we really, I thought, played a pretty not good game at Butler on the 15th. And since then, we've bounced back pretty good. And, I think we won 4, lost to Seton Hall, and I think this is our 9th in a row. So I think it's 13 out of 14 or something since that moment. So I think these players it's about all of them. I'm sorry I'm answering in a long way, but it's about every single one of them. They all feed off of each other. It's nice to have one have a bad night and two pick them up, but still, they all have to have, for us to go where we want to go, they all have to be really good every night.
Anything further for Coach? Great, Coach. Thank you very much. DePaul.
Thanks, y'all, for having covering women's hoops. Really appreciate you being out here at the Big East tournament.
Thank you, Coach. DePaul advances to the semifinals, 5:30 Central tomorrow, Fox Sports 1, against either number 4 St. John's or 5th seed Georgetown.